A wall of black clouds swallowed the Oklahoma sky as thousands of people watched in disbelief. Storm chasers raced down rural highways, convinced they understood the storm ahead of them. But within minutes, the tornado would grow into something no one had ever seen before. It would become the widest tornado ever recorded on Earth, changing the science of severe weather forever and turning one routine chase into one of the deadliest days in storm chasing history. It was the afternoon of May 31, 2013, near Reno, Oklahoma, just 11 days after the devastating Moore EF5 tornado. Another dangerous weather outbreak was unfolding across the Great Plains. The National Weather Service had warned of volatile atmospheric conditions. Warm, moisture-rich air from the Gulf of Mexico collided with cooler, drier air moving across the high plains. Powerful wind shear created the perfect environment for violent rotating supercells capable of producing long-lived tornadoes. By early afternoon, towering thunderstorms exploded across central Oklahoma. One supercell quickly stood apart from the rest. Doppler radar detected intense rotation, while meteorologists watched a large mesocyclone strengthen southwest of Reno. Tornado warnings were issued as emergency sirens echoed across nearby communities. Many residents sought shelter, while experienced storm chasers headed toward the developing storm, believing they could safely document another historic tornado. At approximately 6:03 p.m., the tornado touched down over open fields west of Reno. At first, it appeared relatively small compared to other violent tornadoes, but within minutes, the circulation expanded at an astonishing rate. The funnel widened so rapidly that even experienced meteorologists struggled to recognize its true size. Rain wrapped around much of the circulation, hiding its edges behind curtains of heavy precipitation. As the tornado intensified, mobile Doppler radar measured incredible wind speeds approaching 295 miles per hour, among the strongest ever recorded on Earth. Yet because the tornado crossed mostly open countryside instead of heavily populated neighborhoods, the damage it caused resulted in an official EF3 rating under the enhanced Fujita scale. The rating reflected the structures it struck, not the extraordinary wind speeds scientists measured inside the circulation. Then something happened that caught nearly everyone by surprise. The tornado continued expanding until it reached an unbelievable width of approximately 2.6 miles. It became the widest tornado ever documented. What appeared from a distance to be a single funnel was actually a massive circulation containing multiple violent subvortices spinning around its center. Anyone focusing only on the visible condensation funnel dramatically underestimated the storm's true size. Storm chasers suddenly realized they were far closer to danger than they believed. The tornado unexpectedly changed direction, turning southeast instead of following the forecast track. Chase vehicles scrambled across muddy roads as powerful inflow winds shook trucks and filled the air with flying debris. Visibility collapsed beneath heavy rain, making it almost impossible to determine exactly where the tornado's outer circulation extended. Among those documenting the storm was legendary researcher Tim Samaras and his TwistX team. Alongside his son Paul Samaras and fellow meteorologist Carl Jung, he had spent years studying tornadoes to improve warning systems and save lives. Their careful scientific approach had earned worldwide respect. But on this day, the Reno tornado behaved unlike almost any tornado previously studied. Within moments, the enormous circulation overtook several chase vehicles. Multiple subvortices rotated around the main tornado with incredible speed, creating sudden bursts of destructive winds far outside the visible funnel. Even veteran storm chasers, who had successfully intercepted dozens of tornadoes, found themselves trapped in rapidly changing conditions, unlike anything they had experienced before. What happened next would forever change storm chasing and tornado science itself. The tornado continued growing more unpredictable with every passing minute. Instead of moving in a steady direction, it suddenly veered to the southeast while accelerating across open farmland. Many storm chasers who believed they were safely positioned on the storm's southern side suddenly found themselves directly in its path. Heavy rain wrapped around the circulation, hiding the tornado's true size and making escape routes almost impossible to judge. Inside the massive circulation, multiple subvortices spun at incredible speed. These smaller tornadoes orbited the main funnel, producing localized winds that were even more violent than the broader circulation. Scientists later concluded that these rapidly moving subvortices played a major role in the storm's extreme danger. A tornado that already stretched 2.6 miles wide was behaving in ways few researchers had ever documented. When the storm finally weakened later that evening, the devastation became clear. The El Reno tornado claimed 8 lives, including the highly respected Twistex researchers Tim Samaras, Paul Samaras, and Carl Jung. Their deaths sent shockwaves through the meteorological community. Several other storm chasers and civilians were injured, while homes, farms, power lines, and vehicles across the rural landscape suffered extensive damage. Although the tornado avoided a direct strike on the city of El Reno, property losses still reached tens of millions of dollars, equivalent to well over $100 million in today's dollars after inflation. Rescue crews worked through darkness and dangerous weather to search damaged areas. Sheriff's deputies, firefighters, paramedics, and volunteers navigated debris-covered roads while additional thunderstorms continued moving across central Oklahoma. Helicopters assisted with aerial searches as emergency responders looked for survivors and assessed the tornado's enormous damage path. The tragedy sparked deep reflection throughout the storm-chasing community. For decades, many experienced chasers believed they could reliably predict tornado movement using visual observations and radar. El Reno proved that even the most knowledgeable experts could be caught off guard by a storm that suddenly expanded, shifted direction, and concealed its circulation behind rain. It became a turning point for storm-chasing safety, leading many researchers and professionals to adopt more conservative strategies when intercepting violent tornadoes. Meteorologists also learned valuable scientific lessons. The event demonstrated that the enhanced Fujita scale measures damage rather than maximum wind speed. Although radar measured winds approaching 295 miles per hour, the tornado remained officially rated EF3 because the structures it struck did not provide evidence for a higher damage rating. Researchers gained unprecedented insight into multiple vortex tornadoes, rapid tornado expansion, and the importance of mobile Doppler radar in understanding extreme storms. Today, the El Reno tornado is remembered not only because it was the widest tornado ever recorded, but because it changed how scientists, emergency managers, and storm chasers think about severe weather. Forecast offices continue refining warning techniques, while researchers use data collected during that day to improve tornado prediction and public safety. If you ever receive a tornado warning, don't wait until you can see the funnel. Many of the most dangerous tornadoes are wrapped in rain or hidden behind hills, trees, or buildings. Move immediately to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy structure. Stay away from windows, and monitor trusted weather alerts until the danger has passed. If you enjoy uncovering the true stories behind America's most extraordinary disasters and the science that helps us understand them, subscribe to American Disaster Files and leave a like. In our next documentary, we'll explore another unforgettable event that challenged experts and revealed just how powerful nature can become. The monster El Reno tornado wasn't remembered simply because it broke records. It is remembered because it reminded the world that nature still holds mysteries beyond our understanding. Even the best technology, the greatest experience, and the brightest scientific minds can never eliminate the need for respect. Sometimes, the most important lesson a storm leaves behind isn't measured in miles per hour or damage paths. It's measured in the lives forever changed by a single afternoon beneath a dark Oklahoma sky.